page 58. Can you see that teal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we have 3 things to learn on this paper. I'm going to talk to you about each of them. We're going to do a practice example or 2, and then move to the next section. And then when I'm done, I'm going to turn you loose to finish the sheet as a daily grade. Okay, so this is a grade, and it's due tomorrow. Some of this you already know, but you've not used it in a while, so let me remind you of it. And then there's one element that is new, and I will let you know, hey, here's the new thing. All right, so first, we've got some vocab to talk about. Over here. What is a ratio? A ratio is a comparison of 2 quantities. A ratio is a comparison of 2 quantities. Quantity, numbers, values. There's 3 different ways to write a ratio. You can write it out in a sentence, like A to B, or you can write it as a colon, A to B, or you can write it as a fraction, A over B. So there's 3 different ways to represent it. What's important is that you always have it in what's called simplest form or simplified form. That's what's important. Okay, so perfect example. To give you an idea, here's a real world example. In this class, we have 12 total students. Now, I'm saying 12 because, Bet left the room, so 12 works nicer for what I'm looking to do. So we're going to say 12. Okay, and then we have 7 people. Well, throw me in there. No, because then that's 13 people. There you go. All right, we'll add, let's change that back because this wasn't going to work out nice. Let's say there's plus Bet and myself, that adds 14 total people in the room, right?
Just split it 7 and 7 and pretend.
We'll pretend. That's fine.
There's 5.
You got it.
Yeah,
All right.
everybody just yell.
If there were 7, no, we don't want 7. Let's say if there were 4 girls in the room, that would mean there are 10 boys. Okay, now what is the ratio of girls to boys? It would be 4 to 10. But in simplest form, it would be 2 to 5, which means for every 2 girls, there are 5 boys in the room. That's how you read a ratio. We're going to practice that right here, but with musical instruments. We have 40 trumpets, 39 clarinets, 24 violins, 51 flutes, 16 trombones. They want us to write each ratio in simplest form. Now, how many trumpets? 40. How many violins? Okay, now that is not simplest form. Clearly they're both even. We know they'll reduce by 2. Let me show you a trick on your calculator that will help you to reduce ugly numbers. You may want to even write this right here, CALC for calc. You're going to do the number divided by the number. Then you're going to hit math, frac, and enter.
Will you say it again?
Wait. Yep. You're going to type in your calculator number divided by number, and then before you hit enter, because sometimes it's going to give you a decimal, you're going to hit math. The very first option says frac, which means convert to fraction form, and then you're going to hit enter, and it will spit it out as a reduced fraction in simplest form.
Where's the little fraction at?
I can't find the math. I just did it in my mind.
Math is under the green one.
Don't forget I'm recording.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
No party mode. Where's Holcombe? Where's the
3 over 5?
right?
Division, 40 divided 24. So watch, 40 divide 24, math, convert to fraction, enter. So the ratio would be, in simplest form, 5 to 3.
I don't remember the fraction.
Why do you keep saying fraction? You don't have to enter the fraction, sweetie. 40 divide 24.
All fractions are ratios.
Oh.
Oh, I got 5 over 3. Type 40. Type 40. Type 40.
I know it.
Like all fractions are ratios. So
Yeah.
it's 5 to.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
7 over 14.
Math frac.
Five.
All fractions are 7.
All right. I don't think we need to practice the other 3 together. I think y'all can handle that on your own. Let's move to the next section. Excuse me.
Can we do one?
The next section. This is the new part. It's still a ratio, but it's called an extended ratio, and that's because instead of comparing 2 numbers, we are now looking at a comparison of 3 or more quantities. Still a ratio, it's just now there's 3 of them. Extended ratios are written always like this because of the fact that there's 3 numbers. You can't put three different numbers in a single fraction. You can't do that. There's only 2 spots in a fraction, top, bottom. So you have to write it out like this with the colon. Before we dive into these practice examples, I want to make sure you remember some vocab words. Don't say it out loud yet. I really want to see if anyone can recall it without their neighbor hollering the answer out.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Wait a minute, I shouldn't have written that. Let me write this.
Listen, I'll hurt you.
Okay. Do y'all remember complementary, supplementary vocab words? Okay. Do you remember? Am I recording? I am, right?
I didn't see the thing that followed.
Yeah, we're recording. We're good. Do you remember the trick I showed you with the C and the S on how to remember which one is one number and which one's the other number?
Yes.
Okay. What does complementary mean? Angles add up to equal 90. What does supplementary mean?
With 8. Because the S turns to an 8.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember what the angles in a triangle always add up to every time? 180. All right. Keep those in mind. Now let's look at number 5. The ratio of 2 complementary angles is 3 to 7. Find the measures of both angles. Okay, so a couple of things here. We have the number 3, we have the number 7. You might think, okay, just add 3 to 7. But that's not going to give me 90, right? So come back up here. Let me show you where this comes from. You see the 40 to 24? You know how that reduced 5 to 3? Because there was a common factor of 8 in there. Look at it. 5 times 8 is 40. 3 times 8 is 24. So there was a common factor of 8 in here that reduced out. Well, if I come down here and look at this problem, they're telling me in simplest form the ratio of 2 complementary angles is 3 to 7. I don't know the common factor though, but I do know they have to add up to what, since they're complementary? They have to add up to 90. So we're going to let x be the common factor, and we're going to say, so 3x plus 7x has to add to equal 90. X is the common factor that we don't know, and we're going to solve for it. So this is a simple two-step equation. You get 10x equals 90, so x is 9. Now, it said find the measure of the angles. The angle's not 9. The common factor is 9. The angles are 3x and 7x. So what do I do with the 9? You plug it back in. So 3 times 9 and 7 times 9. What do you get?
27 and 63.
So does it make sense for the angles to be 27 degrees and 63 degrees?
Yeah.
Do they add to 90?
Yeah, but once you get that, do you have to put it back in the calculator if you did the first one?
Mm-mm. No, but you could check it. You could do 27 divide 63 math frac, and you should get 3 over 7. Now, number 6, we're not going to work together, but what changes in number 6? They're going to add to 180 instead. Number 7 is slightly different, but it's the same format. This time it's the ratio of the measures of the angles in a triangle. They're 4 to 7 to 9. What do the angles in a triangle add up to? 180.
So all of them get an X.
Okay. Move to the back. Okay. Were you able to see her? Oh yeah, that's not good.
I thought your blood sugar goes down when you
That's what she said.
So in your line.
That was good.
Can we blow up this car, please? You're on
Why do you have a fan?
recording.
What did she say?
All right. Please go to the back and look at number 9. I think you can do it, but I think there might be a couple of people that get stuck on it, and I want to kind of catch that before it happens. Number 9 is the same concept, but instead of talking about angles adding up to something, now we're talking about, read it, what's the vocab word in it? Perimeter. Do you remember what perimeter means?
The outside.
It's adding up all of the outsides. So please don't throw 90 or 180 in there. They're literally telling you the perimeter of the shape is 76. So it's the same concept, but now we're
So you write it like 2x.
Would equal the whole thing.
2x plus 8x plus 9x equals 76.
yes.
I don't even understand how each is. So you give each one of the little numbers an X, and then 76 is what it all equals.
So it'll be a 2.
2 7.
Yeah. Okay, last part, and then I'll turn you loose. Okay.
Turn me loose.
Turn me.
I need a.
Last part. Proportion. You have already learned proportions at one point. They are coming up again in the next part of this unit, and I need you to be sharp on them. So that's why it's on this sheet, so that we can kind of, hey, remember this? Let's make sure you know how to do it, because it's coming up with new stuff. And so I need you to know how to do this. Proportion. What is a proportion? It is a fraction equals a fraction. To solve a proportion, you solve by cross multiplying. You may remember this. You solve by cross multiplying. The formal definition of a proportion is that it's an equation that states two ratios are equal. Hence, the fraction equals a fraction. So, like A is to B as C is to D. Probably remember this. When you cross multiply, it means you're multiplying the bottom of the fractions across the equal sign to the other side. So D would cross multiply behind A, and B would cross multiply with C. That's cross multiplying. Now, if it's hard to understand with the 4 letters, let me show you with number 11, and then I think you might like it better. It helps to draw the arrows. 7 is going to multiply over to the 4. X is going to multiply over to the 2. So I'm going to show you my workup. I know you can do 4 times 7 in your head, but it would be 4 times 7 equals 2 times x. So 28 equals 2x divided by 2. Thank you. I would like y'all to work number 12. And you do get a decimal on 12, but it is a, what is it? Clean decimal, like it doesn't repeat. It cuts off.
It's not constant.
Huh?
It's not constant.
Right. Well, it's a number, but it's not an ugly decimal that you have to round. Yeah. Okay, I just want to see if you got it right. Did you get 288
Oh, I went this whole wrong.
equals 10x?
I got 228.
28. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. 228 equals 10x, so 22.8 is x. Right? Okay, one more, and then I'll turn you loose. Can anyone tell me what is different in number 13? Do you remember the vocab word for x minus 1, like what it is? Starts with a B.
what?
Like what vocab word describes x minus 1? And it starts with a B. Base. Binomial. It is a binomial, which means we need to put parentheses around it because there's actually 2 terms there and something's going to happen. If you don't remember to distribute, you'll get the wrong answer. We still cross multiply the same. 19 cross multiplies here, 6 cross multiplies there. I'm going to write it out. Good? I didn't know who it was. Alright, we got 19 times x minus 1 and 6 times 13. Now you can see where this matters. That 19 has to be distributed to both of them. So we've got 19x minus 19 equals 78. You can go to the nearest decimal and just go to the nearest 10. When you divide, I got 5.1. You are going to get decimals on every, no, wait.
When it says in a triangle, it's equal to 180.
Y'all learned how to factor quadratics last year, right?
No.
I think you.
Wait, what is that? Show me what it looks like and I'll tell you.
I will. Hold on. What?
How'd you get 78?
I don't know. Let's see. Seven or 6 times 13? 60 plus 18? Oh. Oh no, times. I was just going to show you where the 78 came from. If I had written 78, some people might have said, where did the 78 come from? And it came from 6 times 13. Let's look at this one. $19. I got you.
Thanks.
And I also have you in that book. I'll have it next to myself.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. When I cross multiply this goes over here and this goes over there. So this is a little different. We've got 5 times 27 is 135. Then we've got x plus 5 times x minus 1. Does that look familiar from Algebra 1? Multiplying that out.
I can't remember how to do it.
You have to use the distributive property.
Well, I know how to do it, but like,
Is
I
that
don't know
the
where to
box
go
method?
from there.
You can do the box method. How about this? I want you to finish the sheet 1 through 18, and I will worry about showing you 19 and 20 tomorrow.
Word.